What is your tribal ancestry, please?
Micmac.
And
we
where
come
are they
from? We come from the Algonquins.
Is that in Canada?
Yes. East Coast.
Yeah.
East Coast.
Okay. Do you have a god in your pantheon with a flute, playing a flute, like Coco Pelli of the Hopi?
Yes.
Yeah. There you go, guys. It's all archetypal. Okay. So the arc of the zodiac, which is called the Futhark of the runes, the arc of Thor, Taurus fields, is the created by sound, and the flute is the symbol of that. So the peacock is the symbol of the third eye. The cows around Krishna are the symbol of the Taurus field. God cannot create without Tauruses. The lotus under his feet is the Taurus field mandala of the earth. It's a lotus pond called Bhumandala. So it's all there. You just have to pay attention. Thanks, sister. I appreciated that. And what does this God? There he is. There's Coco Pelli. How do you call him?
Niscum in ours. Because everything for creation was sound, and the first sound was made with that instrument.
Yeah, and I want to point something out to you about Coco Pelli. I'm very aware of this deity. I want you guys to know that Coco Pelli was the native form of Narmer. And I hate to break your heart, but this is a form of the god Pan, and he represents phallus worship. You can see him here with his. You can see him here with his. Hold on, let me. Hold on, let me.
It takes a lot to break my heart, brother.
Hey, I'm so glad, man, because a lot of people, I go into this and they give me a hard time, and I just be trying to let them know, you know, the deal. If you look at Coco Pelli here playing the flute, he has an erection. This is the god Pan. We know the god Pan walks around with an erection, and he rapes animals, he rapes women. If you research what pansexuality is, it's sex with everything. Couches, rocks, grass, you name it. A pansexual person will have sex with any and everything, anybody. And Pan was a god who walked around with an erection, and he raped women. And that became the root word of the word panic. He became the Baphomet. He's also the root word of pants, because women had to start wearing pants to protect themselves from the men who were under Pan energy. Pants. Panting is something you do when you panic. But all of the gods with the erection are forms of Ammon. The first one with the erection was Ammon. We're gonna end on this one, guys.
Something to Bro and Santos. FPV was awake just a little bit ago. If you've got time in the after hangout, he wanted to show you something.
Oh yeah, for sure. We could do.
I didn't.
I'll just tell it.
Okay.
FPV Santos wants to show you something after Santos, but in the after hangout. After hangout.
Oh, get him on now. Put it on now. If it's going to add to this, it's better to have it now archived, you know?
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this off.
You carry on talking, Bro, and I'll just get in touch with him.
It ain't going to take long. Earlier, I showed y'all this about the erection. That's what the obelisk is up there in Washington, D.C. All right. Their world on top of the matriarch is really supposed to be an umbilical cord represented for the center of the earth, but they turned it to the Washington obelisk is a recreation of the one that was in Egypt. But Coco Pelli with the erection is the same as Narmer with the erection, or Pan playing a flute. Earlier, Santos was bringing up the word B-O-L, for bowl, that also became boulevard. All right, a bulge, a boulevard is a peak where all the traffic comes together and it climaxes and merges together, and it's a very busy place. And when you think about our Earth, there's a boulevard at the North Pole, that connects all of the worlds. So to travel in and out of our earth, you got to go in, not outward, like people trying to do, take trips to Antarctica. You're not going to get nowhere. There may be lands beyond, but I think that the portal is to go within, like beam me up, like I was showing earlier. But I'm gonna end this here, and you guys can keep going. But this is called a boulevard. The root word of it is boule, because it's a meeting. It's a meeting of among all of these cars meet up right here and create a boulevard. And there's a group of guys, right, called a boule, who control the world. They're part of the Freemasons and Skull and Bones. They're called a boule because they all meet up together like a boulevard, and they keep secrets, and they hold the secrets of Mount Meru. This is the original cosmic boulevard, or boule, where we all met up together. Now, yeah, these guys
that's how ours looks two-way. Ours looks the same way. Our flat map looks the same, and people used to travel in the middle. We have a teepee as a picture, as the middle, and
yeah, that's what we
the northern lights go along each four lines, right? And they believe that that's the way people used to travel, was through them.
The words TE is dealing with the word terra, dealing with the earth, dealing with the word tent and tan, and teepee is a tent. So it's all TE, all right? And so, but this boule organization worked with the elite people of the world, and what they do is hide this knowledge. Now, something I wanted to point out is that boule members call themselves archons. Yes, they call themselves archons. So when we talk about these archons that's guarding the secrets and controlling us, hey, this is what they call themselves. Skull and Bones calls themselves bonesmen. But let me show y'all the secret of Skull and Bones before we get out of here. Skull and Bones is the ripple effect. So the X represent 360 or four corners, and the skull represents the all-seeing eye. So you're looking at the same thing. When you look at the ripple effect, they're hiding the secret of how we came to be. They're hiding the mother, all right, because the Skull and Bones is Mama Kali. Let me pull her up. It became the poison symbol because they want to keep you away from it. And if you notice, the poison symbol is black and gold, the colors of the bee goddess. Gold and black, the bee goddess colors, because she represents this too. Skull and Bones is really the goddess Kali. All right, she's really the Skull and Bones. But what the Skull and Bones represent is that vibration that caused the four corners, or the 360, like I said. But you know, that's something we can get into. I got off subject there. I was dealing with Kokopelli and him playing the flute that Pan plays. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I think that pretty much wrap this one up. If you wanted to see a picture of the god Pan playing the flute. And I just wanted to show that to everybody, because this Genesis that we get in the Bible took place worldwide. Everyone started worshiping the Pope just like we doing today at the same time. That's why you can sync it all up. That was the beginning of one man ruling the whole world, and that's the Pope. So even your people was bitten by this same bug, Marlena, and was given Kokopelli.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So the key is for everyone getting back to the Great Mother, you know, because what predates Kokopelli is the Aztec serpent goddess.
Well, see, this is why I asked you earlier, Brother Sanchez, is why nobody talks about Lilith, who was the original. Since nobody liked her or whatever happened, then they made Eve out of the rib, but she was the original mother, right? Or am I wrong? Like, I don't hear anybody ever talking about that Lilith chick.
Well, I talked about her briefly in if you look at my Black Hole Sun videos, I talk about her a lot in those. Lilith represent the great mother. You're right. She represent the black hole energy. You got the sun and moon, and then you got the mother of them both that eclipses them both. That's the reaper. The darkness come and claims the sun and moon. We call it an eclipse. That's the same darkness that's coming for all of us. We call it death. It's magnetism. We can't escape it. Even right now, I'm getting tired and I got to go back to that darkness. It's calling me. You know?
Yeah, I bet. It's a long talk. So you know how recently people have been saying that, you know, everyone's always saying you go towards the light when you pass away, you go towards the light, when really you're not supposed to. You're supposed to go towards the darkness. Do you believe that?
I believe you are the light. Looking at yourself, looking at a reflection on yourself upon the waters. So I think what happens upon death, you travel toward the light and you get there and realize there was no light. You were the light and you was looking at your reflection. And when you remarry yourself, then you implode and create another world. I know that sounds crazy, but that's when you when the crossroads meet up and become one. And the left and right brain remarry themselves again in the womb, and you come back to do it all over again.
Right.
Can I just say that FPV has joined the panel now?
Hi, FPV.
He's going to show you something as well. I know it's been quite a long time, but hold your hats.
Hi, Karen. Judith, hello, Marlene. Hello, FPV. Bro, and everyone in chat. Yeah, I just thought I'd pop in, guys, and give you some little updates on what I've been doing with the video. I've now got it panning around series map. I'll just present it. Hold on a sec.
Oh yeah, oh, go ahead.
While you're finding that, brother, just to add to the Pan connection of bros, Pan means everything, yeah? Pan America, etc. So Krishna is all, you see. When he expands, we will see him in his other archetypes, in his other expansions. Because finally, we are Krishnas, Christs. We're expansions.
Yeah. Pan means to pan something to one direction. It doesn't mean everything. It means to move away from everything. So to be Pan-African is to separate yourself from the whole, meaning if you think of a music, the pan knob either goes to the left or the right. If you leave it in the middle, that's not panning, that's creating balance. But once you begin to use that knob and turn it right, or pan something to the right ear or pan it to the left ear, you're tilting the scales and causing chaos. So Pan created pandemonium, you know. Pan anything is to be anti of the whole. So, you know, that's why I look at these gods as chaotic gods, you know.
Yeah, the chaos is there, but they have that principle as well, as does Saturn. You know, I see Saturn as a very hermaphrodite, and I see that in some of his archetypes, as Jesus is, they are very effeminate. This is deliberate because there's two in one. Madam, I'm Adam. So it's quite interesting.
Oh, right, no doubt.
FPV?
Yeah, ready when you guys are.
Okay, you're going to talk, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of talk through it. Right, since you last seen it, Santos, I can't remember if you last seen it or not, bro. It looks like on. I'm getting an echo there, so someone's.
It's all right, Santos, go for it though. He's muted now.
Oh, I just wanted to say, I've seen these. I'm not sure whether I've seen this particular one, but yeah, I've seen your work here.
Hey, FPV, speak up just a little bit more. A little bit more.
So again, guys, someone's echoing again.
Oh, that's great.
Right, yeah. I'm not sure if you've seen this overlay, but this is where this grid is currently on Series' map. Found out is these lines and the circles are used by the sun and the moon. on, which was that 6-tier pyramid kind of shaped structure below, those lines from that are actually used by the sun and moon, and these circles, smaller halos to add to these larger circles to help them navigate in and out of these lines. If you look in the south at Antarctica, you'll see where that sunrise actually comes from. Just try and pause it so you can see the angle. That southernmost point you can see there. There's a sunrise.
Beautiful.
There's a sunrise comes right up that straight line towards the centre. Yeah, hold on, I'll put my mouse there. There's a sunrise comes up here. If you can see the mouse. Here, it branches this way, left, goes over this Antarctic station that's near here, the German Antarctic station, and goes around this grid. And, you know, it'll go about its business on whichever course on this grid it's due for that time of year. To this, I'll try and find the bit where I've added some. Show you that first. That there, that's the magnetic data. This is looking at it northward. See these lines? This is the real magnetic data coming out of Antarctica, going over the world and over the other side somewhere. Same again, we're looking south from the north, from Antarctica, and then comes down somewhere into the north, over the top of Alaska, and somewhere down over to this region here. Comes up from somewhere on the outskirts of Russia, goes up over Australia, and then comes back down into Antarctica. On the left there, you can see the red line where it bounces off somewhere else. It's going somewhere into the distance, into South Antarctica. Sunrise in the east and the sunrise in the west. Different in altitude. Yeah, this is probably summer over the States. This is probably winter over Australia, where you get the sun's low down. I'm just guessing there, but with the difference in altitude, I think that's what's happening there. On this side of the world, there's a winter going on this side of the world.
Wow, that's amazing.
The chakras, you can see now how you get this double helix when you start locating these sites and what they mean. It says gates 5, 10, 11, and 12 are spinner wheels. I think you know now the work I've been doing. What a spinner wheel is actually one of those halos I've been speaking about, electromagnetic halo, and there seems to be a few of them. We've also figured out what these dragons are, the male and female dragon. They're just volcanoes. And the volcanoes are created by this technology that's got the rotating electromagnetic halo. It's this technology it's responsible for the flower of life, the Fibonacci sequence everyone's seen. It's the rotation of this, an electromagnetic field, and projects into the sky those halos. I'll show you the halos, don't worry. I'm not just making that up. There. Right. What you're looking for in the sky, if you ever see these in the sky, record them, because these are real and they are projections from down below. You'll notice a halo and the sun usually going around the edge of them, and you'll see the two closest nodes to the sun lit up. There's more than two nodes, actually, just the two closest to the sun.
So what causes them? Because I have so many pictures of those FPV, and the other day I even got some shots of this.
The cause of
going on.
Right, so you obviously haven't watched any of the videos. Right, the cause of them is this technology. Right, I'll just take you through what CERN's really doing and then show you the older equivalent. There's CERN. You see that pipe work going down the tunnel? About a 23-mile long circle under the ground. And what I've figured out is it's projection technology. Hold on, pause that. Look at that on the left. That's what it would look like, but it's below ground, but below ground that's what it looks like. This configuration, you've got counter-rotating, two elements, and they've got counter-rotating power flowing through them. This is projecting this halo into the sky, and this is what you're seeing around the sun. The sun's going around the edge of one of these. I'll just put the ISS there, you know, to demonstrate it. But yeah, going around one of these projections. So bear that in mind. CERN is a reverse engineered, I'm going to call them an angel. This is an angel and its halo. It's technology we're speaking about here. You know, you've seen the sun going on the halo. There's no, the moon does the same. They both use them. Now I'm thinking now NASA's real role is the care, maintenance, upgrading, reverse engineering of this old technology. And you've got the two circles. Slightly, this is going to put a projection to the sky offset to the center because of the configuration at the bottom. Whereas the older version, I'll show you that moon there. You can see the moon here on this next. This is a real recording of someone on YouTube. And if you notice the movement, it looks like it's doing a lazy S going around to, but we can't see the halos. Visual maneuver. But even if it was a malfunction, keep it in your mind. And what this is here, I think it's CERN's predecessor. This actually came from a crop circle in England, this design, but the design itself gives it away to me. It's neutral connection here and two elements. And I'm pretty sure they will be counter-rotating like CERN's is. And this is where it generates an electromagnetic field of life that people keep seeing. This is what's creating it. And it's a particle accelerator. So is this. This has got an upward pushing effect on land. It's basically it's creating matter from elements. It's supposed to be cloud dust particles, but no, it's creating particles from the elements around it. This is what they're designed to do. I think it's responsible for. Keep watching and you'll see what it's responsible for. Also notice the mountains in the distance curving round the outer edge of the halo. See the curve round, trying to follow it. Accelerator, and it's rotating back. Toroidal field is pushing the landmass up in the center. So this technology is responsible for pretty much all your mountainous terrain and land masses that are pushing upwards. They are a particle accelerator, so they are creating landmass, about 50 millimeter per year. So something is responsible for making this landmass grow, and I think it is this technology. Here's another thing I think it's responsible for: lightning. Halo. Unless they spray barium. Barium will show that up. But that's why you've seen that these are on the sky, on the sun, sorry.
And it's
Barium,
purple lightning, because we never had purple lightning before. And now we have all kinds of purple lightning here. And we never had it before.
Well, now you know the origin of lightning. It's probably this electromagnetic halo. Remember, we can't see it, but those videos are showing in the atmosphere. From a crop circle in the UK, but it's not unique to UK. But like I said, the design itself kind of gives the game away to me. Why would this thing even exist? So I think it's that. I think that's CERN's predecessor. Makes sense. What the NASA's actually doing, care maintenance, upgrading this technology, and this is why they won't tell the world. How do you tell the world about this? You know, you can see what they've done. If they'd gone there in the early 1900s with, you know, with the advent of aircraft, it made it easier to get there and discover things. And they just kept it to themselves and reverse engineered it. You know, this is the table of union. This is what if you start looking, going down this route, you go into the angelic language, and it leads on to a wild goose chase to a university in Greece, and then you hit a brick wall. You can't get any more information from it. So I can't tell if this information on these is genuine or just someone just made it up. The elements: earth, wind, air, fire, water. I think this is what these angels in the Bible and other books are really doing. I think it's technology. And when you listen to the Book of Enoch and you put it into a technological mind, trying to describe. So, you know, he's done his best to try and describe what he's looking at, and it must be hard, because even I find it hard to describe.
Yeah, I'm just taking this all in, and I want to say, man, this is good stuff.
Thanks, bro. This is my take on Rahu and Ketu. I think they're actually angels' halos at a particular location in the sky, and where the seen. And this is why you get one going one way and one the other. This would explain, you know, why they go more opposite ways. August eclipse. Ketu would be opposite, with the sun on the near side and the moon on the far side. That's my take on it anyway. You know, could be wrong, but I'm just now I know these things are coming into play. So during eclipses and other things where they would come into play. Here's the, you know, check these clips out here from Numa here. This is their own Antarctic web camera. Look at the sun's behaviour here. Same with this, the moon here. What's this? To you. This is coming from South Antarctica. This station's facing roughly southeast. And Admiral Byrd did mention in South Antarctica, you know, it sounded like a tropical paradise he was describing. Well, that's coming from where that moon and sun just came from. And check out these guys. Look at the suits they're wearing here. Is it a dignitary or politician or whatever getting a tour? And then they have a little celebration afterwards. We're just watching the moon going past.
Yeah.
Have a beer, guys.
Open up a glass of wine.
Oh, caught on their own camera.
Wow.
Let's check this one here. YouTube, go and watch them. People are calling it Nibiru and Planet X, but it's not. It's our sun and moon.
Yeah.
Notice there's two here. There's a possibility there's two of them. A halo down there that we can't see, and that's one of the nodes lit up, and another one. We've got them to consider now. Because people are reporting like 2 or 3 sunsets or sunrises, but it's just the sun. So the two closest nodes lit up, so it would look kind of unusual, especially who's in the halo in the distance. People are seeing 2 or 3 sunrises, but it's actually just one on a halo. Watch the behaviour here. See that? Watch it jump up. So it's jumping up onto its electromagnetic rail, and off it goes towards South America and wherever else it goes after that. That's what's happening there.
Do you think maybe, you know how when I was talking about our creation story, how each one of the scoots, which would be each other particles of land around us, having their own sun, do you think maybe that could be their sun on one of those other continents that are over there? Because it looked like it could be, you know.
Well, they definitely get a sunrise and sunset looking at the magnetic data that comes with that map, and what we're seeing here, you know, this is South Antarctica it's facing, so
right.
There's some nice land down there, a lot of land.
Yeah.
On the map, there's more land there than the rest of the world.
Well, we were talking about it the other day here, and our chief was saying that the reason why they're going to have to come clean is because they're going to start coming into view. These other lands are going to be able to be seen.
I wouldn't be
surprised. Because of how everything's moving. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. With this technology, you can raise on lower land.
Right.
And below one of these nodal points, that node there is going to be like that crane in the scrapyard, in the junkyard that picks cars up. So it's going to have a pull effect on metals. And you know, iron and ore in the ground, it's going to get raised up.
Right. Wow.
Right, there's a double helix on here. If you can see it, I'll just play it quickly like that.
Someone in my chat room told me to tell you, FPV, that you make more sense that out of anything that he's heard so far about the magnetic poles or whatever.
Thanks very much.
Just letting you know.
Yeah, cheers. All welcome.
Cheers.
Right, what we're looking at here. So I've just taken out